What keeps you grounded?
Believing in the systems. Because I have a systems mindset. Then I'm not floating in the air. It's like pilots operate by checklists. You ever see a pilot? All pilots operate by checklists.
Check.
It's what keeps us grounded. Because the checklist is a system, but it is the type of system that allows us not to miss important things.
Wow.
And so, but it is understanding that I don't want to approach this haphazardly. I want to approach this methodically. I want to approach this systematically. And if I have the operation broken down into a checklist, and I follow the checklist repeatedly, then I will systematically stay on track.
You teaching, Doc. You teaching.
So I stay grounded by recognizing that I run my life by systems. I recognize that life is governed by laws, and I don't get caught up or distracted by hoopla. I recognize that, first of all, how does something operate? Let me break it down from its complex to its fundamental steps. Let me identify what the steps are, and then let me execute on the steps. That's how I live my life, no matter what we're talking about. Health, whether we're talking about physical, intellectual, emotional, spiritual, everything is broken down into how does it work.
Wow.
Understand the system, break it down so that you can know what the steps are, put that in a checklist if you can, execute on it consistently.
You're blessing me, and I'm quite sure you're blessing the listening audience, because simply just understand the system that you're within and develop a checklist.
Absolutely.
And then as you're enduring going through the system, just check off, check off, check off, check. And I mean, it's the application is so simple, but yet and still, until we conversate, we communicate, a system, whether it's school system, whether it's a job system, and then you just talked about, pilot. So it doesn't matter what system.
The body is a system.
The body is a system. But checklist is the checklist. Check, waking up, check,
When you go to the doctor,
Yeah.
first thing they do is they take your diagnostics, but they're running down a checklist.
Yeah, they're running down a checklist.
And it's the same thing every time you go.
Yes, sir.
They're checking your heart rate, they're checking your blood pressure. They're checking, why is they doing the same? They're operating from a checklist.